All right, guys, so we got a report about the 2020 iPhones that would be released. So, looking at the 2019 iPhones, the speculation is that there are going to be some changes with the triple camera and dual camera for the 10R variant version, but we're still looking at an LCD and two OLED models, still ranging in 5.8, 6.1, and 6.5-inch screen. Now, when it comes to the 2020, they're reporting that there's going to be a 5.4-inch, 6.7, um, with the 5G, and 6.1-inch model will be LTE, which is also all going to be OLED, but the 6.1-inch is going to maintain its more entry level into the device if you don't want to go to the premium level. Now, this is kind of what they're showing here regarding the devices, what they're going to be using with the 5G support on the 6.7 and 5.4, and the 6.1 just having the LTE. Now, the 2019, like we stated, is going to be looking at the 5.8, 6.5 OLED, 6.1-inch LCD, and that kind of makes sense because Apple has maintained its design anywhere between 2 to 3 years with the iPhones. That's something that happened with the iPhone 7, iPhone 8. Um, those kind of maintain the same design as the 6S and the 6. They didn't make too many changes regarding the design. The biggest enhancements were that it did include wireless charging and how the antenna setup occurred, so it's not as visible from the earlier models. Um, what I would like to see is a surprise model, which is the iPhone Pro. And once we have a little bit more data, we'll cover kind of that. But I think it leaves Apple with the iPhone being their major device that still has not gotten a Pro variant. And so we have the Mac Pro, we have the iPad Pro. So if we just go to the website, we can kind of take a look at all the devices that they have. So we know that we have the MacBook, MacBook Air, Mac Pro, iMac, iMac Pro, Mac Pro. So we know that they have those Pro versions. Now, when we look at the iPad, same thing. We have the iPad Pro, the Air, the iPad, and the Mini. And when we look at the iPhone, we have the 10s, 10R, um, 10s Max, 8, 7, and again, when we compare some of these models, if we compare the 8 and the 7 Plus, you see overall they're using the same cameras front and back. They have Touch ID. They do have different processors, same water resistance. Wireless charging is going to be on the 8 Plus. Capacity has changed. This is pretty much the same. Um, Resolution is the same. Does have True Tone. A lot of those things could also be enabled on the 7 Plus, but we kind of know how the upgrade process works. As for the 10 and the 10S, we can see a lot of similarities in there as well. Same camera, different chips, more water resistance, wireless charging, different capacities, um, same resolution, true tone. All of this is pretty much the same. There are not even big differences in weight, um, of the size, but just the weight is a little bit different. Um, but we're really not seeing too much of a change. Apple could have enabled some of the features that they have on the 10R and on the 10s on the iPhone 10, but again, that's kind of wishful thinking with this advanced bokeh and depth control. I think that the A11 definitely can handle it, um, but they kind of want to keep that with the A12 only. So, what can we expect to see? Is there a chance that they might release a Pro version? I would say yes. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but I think it's in line for a release. and I'm thinking the price is going to be around um, in between $12.99 to $13.99. Just looking at the prices of the iPhones at the moment, the 10s, we're looking at start price of $9.99, and if I'm right, $10.99 for the Max. So I would say anywhere between $11.99 to $12.99 for the Pro variant, which hopefully includes a 6.5 or 6.7-inch screen. And if it did get rid of the notch, that would be awesome. And I don't know if the technology exists at the moment where they could use Face ID as accurately without a notch. But that's kind of where we stand with the devices for the 2020 and the 2019 at the moment.